Welcome back. We're talking sports right here at Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. We're having so much fun taking a look at all that is going down in our exciting world of sports. The 2018 FIFA World Cup qualifier gets our attention. We're having double headers. In Group B, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, they lead comfortably now with 10 points. Zambia and Algeria, they will play tomorrow. The Zambians, they'll be loving this result from Nigeria and Cameroon today that ended 1-1. But as it is, no shaking from the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Confirmation of the result played today in Yobong. Coach Gordon Ross started with the same team that played the first leg, and when I saw it, it cancelled all the talks of Ojo Igalo picked a knock. Leon Balogun won't be available. I thought it was just small mind games because those guys did so well.
A lot of players would be honest with you when they tell you that they can't be at the maximum every time they step out to the field of play. They can't be 100%. It's about passion to play for the nation. I can tell you that maybe Odion Igalo was not fully fit. Maybe Leon Balogun had a knock as we heard. But they go out there and play for the nation. They go out there and play the beautiful game that they love so much. And it was great to see. I was quite surprised that the manager went with the same lineup because I thought it would tweak things a little bit and bring in a few players, a few fresh legs. But
what would you have loved to see in this game?
You need your best players. Yeah. When you go to battle, you need your best armory. And I thought the manager did a great job there. Barring that little misunderstanding with the goalkeeper, a bit of inexperience, we want to say.
There you go.
A bit of inexperience because as a goalkeeper,
poor timing,
the decision making. I'm not sure he had the right to go for that ball because William
poor communication with the defenders. You know, there was also a time when Shehu Abdullahi had to scream, "You would have come out for this ball." You know, so those are some of the things he will learn going forward. But let's still talk about Ikechukwu Ezenwa from the first game and the progress he has made. Made some pretty decent saves. But this one, I think there was a little bit of pressure on him.
A bit of pressure on him, obviously, and the Cameroonians obviously played better than they played in Uyo because they had their own support. But you've got to give him credit. He's still a young man, at least relatively young, if you want to talk about playing for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, representing more than 150 million people isn't child's play. And I think he acquitted himself well with the help of the experienced heads in front of him, the massive performances from the back four. But a few times he was called into question today, and he managed to cover himself in glory. But obviously, you want to be honest and say he was a culprit for that penalty. He will learn. The players will communicate with him better. They'll tell him, come on, you can't be doing that. Sometimes you need to have a trust on your defenders that they will be able to sort this out. And it's something he will learn playing at this level. He hasn't done badly. We can't criticize him. I mean, the Super Eagles are doing great. We're on the cusp of getting to the World Cup in Brazil, so I'm not sure we can criticize this team.
When you look at the match and the role Mikel played, was it missed when that substitution was done?
I thought the substitution came way early because the manager, he did the same thing in Uyo. We're leading 4-0 up, 3-0 at the time, so you can forgive him for doing that. But in a game that the Cameroonians were still pouring forward. They were throwing everything at the Super Eagles, including the kitchen sink. They were throwing everything, trying to get a goal. I'm not sure it was the right decision to take off Mikel because Mikel can steady the ship. Mikel is the one midfielder in our team that can hold the ball and draw other players into the game, draw fouls from opponents, just reduce the game to a walking pace.
Brings presence.
A great presence, and the manager thought, and the substitution for me wasn't quite good enough because if you're taking Mikel off, I'm thinking Ogene Tebo should be coming in, someone who has got energy to run around the park.
That's right.
But he went for Mikel Agu. Same substitution in the first leg. I thought that was really strange, and
maybe there's something he's trying to do. With the Mikels.
Maybe. And Mikel Agu, he's got big shoes to fill if he's going to fill the shoes of Mikel Jonabe, but he's got a fantastic leader in front of him to learn from, and you can't get better. Played in Europe for more than 10 years, acquitted himself well at Chelsea. Great professional, model professional, and has come in and has brought his experience to bear for the Super Eagles at a time that we needed him most. And
I agree.
Great credit to Mikel.
Carried the same spirit he used in leading the Olympic team to a bronze medal. He has shown so much maturity. They've seen that they've hurt Nigerian football fans so much, and they need to atone for it. And they're doing just that.
And the commitment, I mean, Over the years, Mikel has been one of the most maligned players in the national team. We've doubted his commitment on the football field when he gets on. But this guy has shown over time that he loves the nation. He loves to play for the nation. And he's come at the time where we needed him. His leadership, his exposure, his experience, his tutelage, tutoring the young players, I should say. It's great stuff. Really, really great at this time. And you begin to wonder going forward, looking at the future. Yeah. We need players to start understudying Mikel. They need players to go under his wings and learn how these things have been done at this level.
And that's right. And also for the technical crew to look at it, that when Mikel is not playing, who plays with Ogenyo or Nazi and gets the same synergy? Because they seem to be very comfortable playing with themselves. And that's because over the years,
they played together.
Let's take a look at that Group B table again. Let me see if there's any reason for Nigerian football fans to be worried or start buying calculators once again. At the Group B table, Nigeria tops that one with 10 points. Good goal difference. Zambia winning that game against Algeria. They have 4 points. Cameroon have 3 points. Algeria, they have just 1 point. Zambia and Algeria plays tomorrow. Let's say Zambia gets to win and they get to 7 points. Any cause for alarm for Super Eagles?
No cause for alarm. I can comfortably and authoritatively say that we can bring the champagne out of ice and begin to pop it, because looks like, I'm not sure Zambia can get a result in Algeria. I'm not certain Zambia. But
particularly Algeria sitting at the bottom with just a point.
The manager is under a lot of pressure. The big players in the side need to give a performance in front of their home fans. They've been absolutely abysmal in the run to the World Cup. And I think even if Zambia picks up 3 points tomorrow, let's say they pick up 3 points tomorrow, the Super Eagles still have to play Zambia in Nigeria. And there's margin for error. We can't be complacent. We cannot be complacent, but there's margin for error. Now we can... A bit disappointed that we didn't take all 3 points today, because I was thinking the Cameroonians were there for the taking. At some point, they looked very vulnerable. They were going forward. We could have easily scored a second and probably a third. Victor Moses, very unlucky, great skills inside the area, and that one coming off the crossbar. So I'm just wondering if we had seen this of taking all 3 points, that would have been home and dry, and then maybe in the final qualifiers, we'll give it to the fringe players to come and stretch their legs and have a bit of experience in the national team.
So what's remaining now is Zambia in Uyo, and then an away match against Algeria. You're sounding with so much confidence. Because you say you want to start bringing the champagne, start popping. Where were you against South Africa?
Also, we're talking the World Cup.
I know Nigerians want to talk about the AFCON.
We're talking the World Cup. We want to play at the World Cup. The South Africans can go to AFCON. We'll qualify for the AFCON, obviously, but we're talking the World Cup. This is serious business. Remember the South Africans not trying to give them a stick. They lost to Cape Verde, and I'm like, South Africa, you beat Nigeria and lose to Cape Verde. We lose to South Africa and beat the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. If you offered that to a Nigerian fan, he would have snapped your finger. So we're fine. We're good. We're just good.
So it looks good, right? It looks good because if anything goes wrong with the Super Eagles of Nigeria at this stage, that'll be a damage that is irreparable. So we cannot even think about it at the moment. It's looking good, and hopefully the Super Eagles will just wrap things up, call the curtains on the 2018 FIFA World Cup and go and give Africa a good representation.